Hey everybody, Nate and Steph from Adventure in a Backpack. Can you hear us? Let us know if you're here. We are 1 minute late. Oh,
Oh,
sad day.
yeah. What do you
Anyway,
expect from a couple of people that live in a van?
yeah, right? No kidding. So anyway, let us know if you're here. Let's see, what can we icebreaker with? So it's Monday. What did you guys do this weekend? Did anybody do anything adventurous, fun, bike riding, skiing, hiking, rock climbing, parasailing,
Ooh, parasailing.
glacial traversing? Any of that kind of stuff, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we're just going to talk for about a minute or so, let a few people log in. Looks like there's a few people that are starting to join up. So if you can hear us, let us know. If you can see us, let us know. Is our picture good? Is our audio good? All that kind of stuff. Looks like our picture's good. I can see ourselves in your phone.
Yeah. It's delayed a couple of seconds.
Yeah, it's delayed a few seconds. But anyway, yeah, it looks like quite a few. Hey, what's going on, Thomas Allen? Welcome back.
Ireland. Yes, that is awesome.
Welcome back. Looks like we got a few more people on here. So yeah, so let's get started. So first things first, very first things first, we're going to cheers.
Cheers, as always.
Oh, okay. Are we back? All right, I think we're back. Fantastic. Anyway, glitched out for a second. If that happens, just hang on a second. We'll pretty much always be right back. So anyway, we are going to cheers to you guys because we crossed the 20,000 subscriber mark. I think it was on Saturday morning, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So cheers to you guys. That means an absolute ton for us. It's kind of crazy. This is going to be a long cheers. Okay. So I know you're like waiting to like smack it, but
yeah,
it's gonna take a second.
Okay.
No, so this is like super crazy because like, you know, whenever we started this, like basically 2 years ago, like we went through a phase where we were putting out some videos and then we stopped putting out videos because nobody was watching them, and like literally like now we can put on a video at 5 in the morning and we already have comments telling us that, hey, we learned something from your video, or hey, that was entertaining, or whatever the case is. So that's my cheers. Do you have one?
That's fantastic. No, that is a perfect cheers, because that is fantastic, and we really do appreciate all of you and all of your support and everything. Yeah.
So cheers to cheers to you guys.
So cheers to you guys. Okay, we've got a few comments, so let's scroll back a little bit. Bradley Wilkerson, hello, good to see you. 3 a.m. in Ireland again. Man,
that's how
you're tougher than me. I can't stay up that late.
How about next time we come to Ireland, we'll be sure to like do the live chat at like 7 p.m. there too.
Next time we come to Ireland, like the first time we've ever been to Ireland. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll come to Ireland.
Exactly.
Nick, hello from Maryland, Frederick, Maryland. Jim said he went snowshoeing in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah,
awesome.
Cool. Nice.
Tennessee, KD, how's it going? Hello, Chris. Thanks for joining. Bradley, hacked in your back. Yeah. Oh, hiked.
Oh, hiked.
You hacked my backyard? I don't have a backyard. No, I see I see the typo. Hiked in our backyard in Fort Collins. How was it? How was the weather in Fort Collins? Oh, and more importantly, did you visit any breweries, like specifically New Belgium?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't go to Fort Collins without going to New Belgium. Nice travels from Duda said they made it to Colorado, checking out Pueblo Lake. We're from Wichita, Kansas. Cheers, guys. We've never been to Pueblo Lake, I don't think. If it was, we just kind of drove by it kind of thing. Pardon me.
Thank you guys all for the congratulations. Yeah, and I mean, we couldn't have done this without you guys. So
yeah,
thanks
exactly.
So much.
Thanks
for supporting us. That's been awesome. Nate's editing has gotten way better over the years, man.
Significantly.
over just the past year, honestly, like it's just gotten so much better. So yeah, super congrats to him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of work. We know that. We know how long it takes, like, we know how important it is for education and, like, continuing that education and everything, and that's something that's been really important in our YouTube channel, in his editing, is continuing that education. So
yeah, it's been great.
Awesome.
I really do appreciate every time somebody leaves a comment that's saying like, the editing is getting better, the cinematography is getting better. It's like makes me feel like all super good inside. So
all warm and fuzzy.
All warm and fuzzy. So, thanks so much, Thomas Allen. We really do appreciate it, and we will.
Oh, thanks. And we're back.
And we're back, and we are working on trying to find a way to fix that from happening. So, anyway, yeah, thanks so much, Thomas Allen. We really do appreciate your support, and we will absolutely put that towards wiring loom.
Wiring. Yes.
Absolutely.
For sure. We appreciate it. Thank you.
So let's talk about a few other things that we've got going on. So something that like we kind of struggle honestly is like we have a really hard time with like sharing our kind of personal achievements and stuff like that. Like we didn't do like subscriber milestones and stuff for a really, really long time. Like just like really,
and
yeah.
In
really
terms of a really long time, that means like ever until just now.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did one for like 100 subscribers or something like that. But like way back in the day, like I don't know, it's just like I feel like I'm bragging about it sometimes, and I just don't like doing that. But I also think that like you guys who show up week after week on our live chat are like kind of most vested into our into what we've got going on. So like we want to show you guys that like I don't know. If we're going to brag to anybody on any of our platforms, like it's going to be to you guys because, you guys are here showing up to watch our stuff like constantly. So we actually got a feature in Outside Magazine that published like 3 days ago, but we didn't see it until today. So that was really cool. So like, I don't know, my mind is just being blown with like cool stuff happening right now that we're just like, I don't know, kind of proud of. Like, I don't know, it's neat whenever things like that happen that you've been working hard on.
Yeah.
So
people think we're cool.
I guess.
I don't know why.
I don't know why people think. But anyway, that was one thing I wanted to talk about. So
yeah.
Anyway.
So if you haven't seen our feature in Outside Magazine, go over to, let's see, can we drop a link in this? No, we can't drop a link here. Maybe go over to our Facebook page and
perhaps.
look at it. But we've posted it there anyway. But yeah.
Oh, how about this? After the live chat, I'll share it as a status update.
Hey, so there you go. That's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, but that was a fun interview, and then we've got another one coming out hopefully this week from Snooze, and yeah, I'm not sure what that one's gonna look like because we haven't seen it yet. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back through a couple of comments. Josh said he lived in Foco. New Belgium is crap.
Oh, what?
Man.
Are you kidding me?
Find a more local one. How do you get more local than...
Where's the ban button?
Which would you recommend? That would be my question to you. Which one would you recommend? I do love New Belgium, though. Chris, if you guys come to Charleston, South Carolina, I would love to meet you. Yeah, we will definitely be coming to South Carolina at some point, and we'll definitely keep you on the list.
Nice. What I'm seeing right quick, I'm going to hop into is, let's see. So Lisa D is saying, love your van build, the how to solar video. So be sure to stay tuned to our channel, like obviously anyway, but like we're going to be doing a solar build so my mom is buying a truck camper, and we're actually going to be doing the solar on it, and it's going to be a much smaller, more modest system, probably in the realm of like 400 watts kind of thing. So be sure to stay tuned for that because we're going to be doing the exact same thing that we did for the van as far as like the wiring diagrams and the list of parts and all that kind of stuff, but it's going to be for a more modest system. It'll be on a truck camper, but it'll be basically the same thing. So
yeah, pretty much.
Stay tuned.
We'll see if we can fit 400 watts. We still don't know the dimensions of the roof of it, so we'll see if we can fit 400 watts.
Yeah, exactly. Who else we got? I'm going to scroll like crazy now.
Yeah, you guys are blowing up the comments. So I apologize in advance if we don't get to your comments, but we will definitely try. So
I guess we got some more questions. Let's talk about a few more things, and then we'll scroll through and do some more Q&As. So let's see. First question: the video that was talking about like 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. Like, let me know who all watched that. Who all watched it, and like let me get some feedback. I think I've responded to most of the comments on there. We've gotten a few more since I did my big catch up. But yeah, let me know what you think about that, and if it was actually like actually helpful.
And if you'd like to see more of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like kind of products that we actually use in our day-to-day life, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because we, you know, the whole 4-wheel drive thing, like that could be one that, like, you know, because we have a few connections that if like that's an interesting thing, like 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive, and like what can you do with a 2-wheel drive vehicle specifically, because that's what really that video was about. It wasn't like 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive performance. It's like, where can you go in a 2-wheel drive vehicle? And we could probably get a hold of somebody who like teaches these classes, like off-road classes.
Who knows what they're doing?
That would be a cool thing. Yeah, and who like actually knows what they're doing. It's like we just kind of sort of like know what we're doing a little bit, but
we should know from experience. Yeah. Not any training.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Bradley's saying he watched it, he's not gonna worry about 4-wheel drive on mine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, glad that you came to that decision. Like, obviously you have to make your own decision, but
For
like
sure.
glad we were able to like kind of spread some spread some light on it.
Yeah.
So
And I think the biggest point that we made in it that a lot of people have commented on and said, wow, I didn't really think of that, is that, you know, as you're driving down these roads, your cabinets and stuff are, you know, that's the hardest thing. We were actually driving down, so we're in Mammoth, California right now, Mammoth Lakes, California, and where we're camping, it's down a pretty rough road, and that's actually where that video was filmed, was in this campsite. And we were driving down the road today, and I was standing at the back because one of our drawers kept coming open.
It would not stay closed.
It would not stay closed. But I was standing at the back, and when I was standing back there, I was like, wow, everything sounds like it is about to fall off of the wall right now. Like, this is actually terrifying. So, and funny side note on that, so when we're driving down bad roads like that, Pyrus, our Doberman, she hates being in her bed when we're driving down a road like that. And when I was standing back there, I totally understand now why she hates being back there, because it's kind of terrifying. Like, so we usually let her out and she runs right in front of the van. If you guys have seen any of our Instagram stories recently, it's mostly of Pyrus.
She's been loving it out here, just running around, like chasing not chasing, she usually actually leads the van. She gets in front and then goes. And if we take a turn, I would say 95% of the time she turns the wrong way.
She does, yes.
Like, she just commits to a direction and goes like that.
She makes a decision. Can't blame her.
I know. Like, that's what I say about van building all the time. It's like, you just have to make a decision, and that's what she does.
She does. She does. But she's really good about it. As soon as we get past her, just holler at her, and she oh, you're not behind me anymore. She turns and runs the other way. So
yeah,
she's pretty good about that. Okay, I actually lost
the signal?
No, I didn't lose the signal, but I lost comments.
Yeah, so Bradley Wilkerson, you say you got a 4-wheel drive on your 4Runner and hardly ever use it unless the weather is completely crappy. Sitting still is always a great option if the weather isn't permitting a drive. Yeah, that's totally true, honestly. And even on a 4Runner, like, you know, you're not going to have as much, like, stuff, like, inside the van. Like, that was our big deal, is, like, you know, we've got the cabinets coming open and stuff's, like, you know, jumping around on the shelves and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, even so before the van, I don't know if we talked about it in the video, before the van, it's like she had a Subaru Crosstrek and I had a little short bed, short cab Z71 Chevy pickup it wouldn't lift it a lot. It was up on like 33s, and so that was kind of our Colorado, like, rough mountain road vehicle. And so we definitely have that, and yeah, it's just super rough. It's like side to side, and if you got stuff in the back, it's rolling all around and all that kind of stuff. So in a van, like, ooh.
Yeah, in that Subaru, it was nice because it was so small and it was very, very, very maneuverable.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, definitely different in a van.
Yeah, well, good. Glad that you guys watched it and had a chance to check it out and had some feedback for me and all that kind of stuff. And if I didn't get to your comments on there, I'll get to it.
Yeah, for sure. Katie Bailey asked, what, there it is. How are your whiteboard walls holding up, and do they scratch easily? So they've been holding up really, really well. I wouldn't say they scratch easily per se, but we do have a scratch right here on the sliding door. We have this, I don't know if you, yeah. We have this, little thing from IKEA, this like organizer thing, and
like
the metal edge of
scratches it right there.
scratches it.
But
But that's the only spot, honestly, I believe that's the only spot that's been scratched. So, and that gets hit as we're driving, and it gets hit every day with that piece of metal. So
yeah,
I can see why it's scratched.
I think if the walls were metal, it would have scratched the paint off, honestly. So it's kind of in a bad-ish spot, I suppose.
Yeah, but it's convenient, so
It is convenient.
we'll live with it scratching up the walls. But yeah, other than that, they've been holding up great. I will say that red and green dry erase marker don't wash off very easily. So if you're
No.
using it for dry erase purposes like we did, the red and the green don't wash off very well. The blue and the black wash off fine.
Okay, I'm scrolling back through, so if I'm
Okay.
quiet, I'm trying to read and read and all that kind of stuff. Let's see. So yeah, I guess since you guys are kind of our elite YouTube fans in here right now, hanging out with us live every week, we're going to we're actually not going to get to ski our last two destinations on the whole winter van life thing. You're going to get one more video of that, which is going to be at Mammoth, and then we're having to stop because Telluride
and
closed.
Taos are both closed.
Yeah, Telluride closed yesterday, and Taos closed like last week or something like that. So we're having to cut that short. We can't ski where the place is not open. So
Yeah, but the bright side of that is we're going to southern Utah.
Yep. So get ready for some fantastic scenery. A place we've already been, and we kind of know all the good spots and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, I'm so excited. Although I'm really not excited to leave here. Mammoth Lakes is
Yeah, this place is really good.
fantastic. It's great because, I mean, we're out in the middle of, essentially out in the middle of nowhere. You'll see on the videos, on the video on Friday, you'll see how remote it is. And there's great cell signal here, which means we can work. You don't have to go into town or anything to work. And there are natural hot springs all around here. So there's I think there's 5 tubs, like actual built out tubs from natural hot springs all around here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic.
It is pretty
Just
cool.
being able to, at the end of the day, after we've gotten done working for the day, and have dinner, and then grab a glass of wine and go sit in a hot spring for an hour or two and look at the stars.
Pretty good.
Oh, fantastic.
It is
Yes.
pretty good.
I don't want to leave here. I think I'm just going to move in.
just gonna post up.
Yep.
What's up, Tucker? Hey, Tucker. So everybody, all the friends, Tucker, we crossed 20,000 subscribers on Saturday. And for everybody else that has tuned in and watching, Tucker is my youngest cousin, and he was our very first subscriber.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was subscriber
I didn't
number
know
1.
that.
So he actually was a subscriber whenever I just made the YouTube account, and I didn't have any videos or anything on it, just made it. And I guess he got an email that's Nate Yarbrough's on YouTube or whatever. Adventure in a Backpack's on YouTube or whatever, and he's subscribe and was the first one. So
Aw.
so
That's
first
so sweet, Tucker.
started from the bottom, now we're here. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so we skied yesterday actually at Mammoth, and we actually stopped skiing yesterday morning and went to the lodge and had a beer because it was an ice skating rink until about noon or
yeah.
so.
Noon it got really good.
Yeah, after noon it was
1 o'clock it was perfect.
1 o'clock was fantastic, but yeah, before noon it was just side slide, kick turn to a side slide, kick turn to a side slide. It wasn't skiing. It was just this isn't skiing, this is falling with style. Maybe not so much
Maybe
style.
not so much style.
But anyway.
No, it was we took a couple of runs, and Nate was like, "Is it bad that I want a beer right now?" And I was like, "Not really, because I don't want to ski right now.
Yeah.
This is not fun."
Yeah, but it got really, really good after. That's the difference about winter skiing and spring skiing is typically in the wintertime it's better before lunch, and then the springtime it's better after lunch. So
Yeah,
I have
super weird.
It's mentally taxing for me.
Mm-hmm. Tucker, yeah, we noticed that they spelled our last name wrong, but Oh well.
Yeah, yeah, we saw
It is
that.
what it is.
Ugh. Anyway, yeah, so let's see was the answer. Yeah, no problem for answering your question on the 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. Yeah, Thomas, so the sites with power and services are about $30 a night in Ireland. What's the average cost for a site in the USA? I would say the average is a little higher. Like, you can find them that are, I would say the cheapest, like, paid RV sites that we find are typically like 25, 20 bucks.
With services, probably 30 is the cheapest.
Yeah, 30 might be the cheapest.
25 to 30 would be the cheapest, and that's like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and we've, we don't. So this is not a regular. This is like it's painful to pay it over whenever you have to get into a campsite like this. But we stayed in one that's like $60 a night, so that's not very fun.
Yeah, I think the most expensive we've ever seen we've ever stayed in was like 75 or 80.
Which one was that?
Up in Cascade Locks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was when we were in the motorhome,
Yeah.
not in the van. But yeah, for full, I would say the average is probably right around 45 to 50 a night.
With full hookups
with full
and services.
Hookups.
Right.
Yeah, but you can get campsites that have no services, like in national parks and state parks.
Mm-hmm.
You can get them that have like bathrooms and water available, not on site, but the sites are dry, don't have any hookups there, and I think those average around $20 to $25 a night.
Yeah.
So yeah, with hookups, you're looking at, average 45 to 50, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Oh hey mom. I guess you heard us talking about your solar on there. Exactly. It's gonna be a good deal. So
Rick Wise
says,
I think we saw that at the same
says
time.
Slot Canyon's rule. We agree.
Yes.
And that will be, that's going to be a thing we're going to do.
Yeah.
We've got 2 we did last time we came through Utah, and we did a video on them, maybe, or a blog post.
I know we did a blog post. I'm pretty sure we did a video as well, but obviously not a very good one.
I think we'll do a
video.
video.
We'll do a new one.
A better video this time around.
Mally, are you guys near Hot Creek? Yes, we're like I think we're
just a mile
less than a mile away. We're like a mile section down.
We're in that area though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you been actually over to Hot Creek? Yeah, I kind of wanted to actually go over there at one point, but we haven't made it over there.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so thanks so much for that feedback, Bradley. That's like super inspirational. Like whenever we see somebody else who has like basically watched our van build tutorial and then like implemented like some or all of, like, we've seen a few vans where it's like, wow, they made the same van. That's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty neat. So anyway,
we should make like I wish we knew how to do like a floor plan. Draw a floor plan. Hey Tucker, can you draw us a floor plan?
Oh yeah.
For our van, so we can put it on our website.
Yeah, how much ductwork do we need?
How much ductwork do we need?
do we need for our van? Yeah, Bradley. So whenever we go back to Oklahoma, we're going to be picking up our bikes. We just have our skis with us right now, so yeah, mountain bikes and paddle boards are going to be picked up. So. Okay,
this question is personal. Is the van, fuel, camera gear taxable? It's tax time. Yes, I actually just finished our taxes.
This is, and you're a great person to answer that question.
Yes, I was a tax accountant for 5 years. So, yes and no. The answer to that is yes and no. So we do have Adventure in a Backpack is a business. It is an LLC, and so we can deduct certain things on it. So the van is tax deductible. The camera gear is. Fuel technically is, but conservatively, I don't really take very much in terms of fuel, just because it is personal as well. So dividing that between personal versus business use is kind of tough. So I just make it more conservative anyway. And the Adventure in a Backpack doesn't make enough money for us to be like really trying to search for tax deductions. So that was kind of the long-winded answer of that. But
that was a good answer.
Yes and no.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The camera gear, absolutely.
Yeah, camera gear is. Scott's asking if we'll be in PCT days in Cascade Locks. We, as of right now, yes. So.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And yes, that's what, when we went to Cascade Locks a couple years ago, and if that's what you were talking about, the RV park that we were talking about, yes, that's why we were there, was PCT days.
Right. Yes, I see.
Yeah, I think with the van, there's a lot of other campgrounds around Cascade Locks that the van could fit in easily. We actually last year.
Well, they let you park overnight there.
That's what I was gonna say. Last year we just stayed in the park at PCT days.
Yeah, they're totally cool with
campground there.
Because it's like a pay to park overnight kind of thing, $25-$30 kind of thing, and we'll checking.
Yeah.
We're back. Sorry about it. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, PCTs. Yeah, so they let you park just like next to the festival. Like $25-$30 kind of thing, and you can park there basically all weekend kind of thing. So that's what we did last year, and it was good. It was fun. You go take a nap whenever you needed to, and then like in preparation for the evening activities. Yeah.
So Thomas said Europe has airs. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Airs, and they're $15 with only water and toilets. That's awesome. That's a really cool, fantastic deal. You can't find hardly anywhere here.
No.
That's $15 a night to park, and
no.
I would hope they're pretty at least.
Like honestly, because like $15, like that's not too bad. Like it's a spot to park and fill up.
That's worth it for the water fill ups.
Yeah, fill up on water and empty toilet and all that kind of stuff. So that's
empty trash.
I wish I was around here. It's not something like we would use every day kind of thing, but like, basically in a pinch, like if you're in a Okay, and we're back. We promise we'll fix this. This is the last time we'll stream from my phone. This is just not acceptable.
Yeah, this is not working. This is weird.
Yeah. But anyway, that would be a good thing to just have like in a pinch, like if you can't find a good spot to take care of all the logistics of van life.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are coming to Utah next week, I think.
Probably the end of this week. We'll probably head out of here on Friday-ish.
Mm-hmm. End of this week, and we're in California, and we got to drive across Nevada to... Okay. Yeah.
That's not that bad.
No, that's fine.
We haven't really thought this through.
No.
I'm just winging it for now.
I just try to like right now, like you've been working like crazy, and like I've been shooting and editing the video for tomorrow, which is going to be how do we get internet on the road? So how do we live stream on the road, basically? So be sure to tune in for that one tomorrow and leave me comments.
Okay. Why did we choose to have no windows in the van? Well, really it was because, for the most part, it was because the van came with no windows and we didn't want to cut a hole in the van. I mean, we've seen people do it and we know it's really not that big of a deal.
Well, that's why we just didn't want them.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know, might have been nice, but just wasn't really a priority for us. And the insulation factor. The insulation factor was a big thing. I mean, windows are not good for insulation. So no. We knew we were going to be in hot temperatures and in really, really cold temperatures. So we wanted as much insulation as possible.
And that's the only place we have condensation issues in our van in the wintertime is on our windows. So I think introducing more windows into the equation would have not been a good idea.
Yeah.
So definitely and it was also one of those things like it's much easier to add windows than it is to take away windows.
That is very true.
We're like, let's live in it for a year and see if we like it without windows, and then if we want to, then we can add the windows. But so far, no regrets, and we're not adding windows.
Yeah. And the follow-up question to that was, is ventilation a problem with no windows? We're worried about being too stuffy. With two roof vents, absolutely not. I mean, you can create your own breeze in here with that. Yeah. And we do it all the time. We typically only have our fans on low most of the time. If we've just got, if we need to vent something, like if we're cooking. But if we need to air it out in here, turn it on to high for a couple of seconds, and it takes no time for this thing to air out. So I wouldn't. Yeah, and in the summertime too. Like this is in the winter and spring at the moment. In the summertime too, it makes it really, really nice in here because it can replace all of the air in here in like 20 seconds. So, I mean, you're venting that pretty fast. So,
and another thing to think of is like right over there, I'm pointing to the door right now. You've got a 16 square foot window. If you open it, like that'll clear out a lot of the stuffiness in a hurry.
Yeah, that's exactly what. So, do you crack the front windows at night ever? No, we never really do. I think we typically just keep that to the roof vents. I mean, since they are covered, so if it starts raining or anything like that, it's not going to be an issue. We don't worry about the cracking the front windows.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I just lost my comments again.
Let's see. Any plans to get a canopy, or do you find that you don't really need one? No, we'd like to have one. Honestly, we just haven't got one yet. There's one. Rhino Rack makes one that I would really like to have. It's a I forget what they call it, but I think batwing awning.
I don't know. I just want it for the name then.
Gull wing awning? No, I'm just gonna make up like names of like it's like the antelope leg awning, the dark wing awning. But no, it's an awning that like goes over the window, but it over the door that like swings out and around like 270 degrees and like covers up the back door kind of thing.
Really? That's fantastic.
Yeah, pretty cool. I need to look more at those and see if we can review one. Made
in US says Batwing is right. I don't know. I think Darkwing would be pretty fun.
Batwing is right. Yeah, no, it looks super awesome. We had a friend that had one on a what did Basil Lynch have? He had a Toyota FJ, and it was so cool because FJ is like fairly like square. It'd be a little. I'm not sure how it would work on this one, but like on that FJ, it was like. It looked like 3/4 of an umbrella, like around 3/4 of an umbrella, like around his roof rack. It was so cool. Yeah, that wasn't on a van. It was on a Toyota FJ, but still.
It would be really cool on a van too. That would be massive, though. That would be huge.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Anyway,
4-wheel campers has them as a factory option. Yeah. Yeah, well, 4-wheel campers, everything they do is custom. So like it's I mean they can totally add anything. But yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, definitely want an awning of some kind.
Yeah. I think we've talked this one to death, but Gusu said, it seems this van has a lot of issues. Is Mercedes any good? This van is 11 years old. I mean, it's got 215,000 miles on it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have very many issues for being that old and having that many miles on it. So, I mean, yes, we have had our fair share of issues, but it's a good van.
Yeah, no, totally fine.
It's solid.
No problem. It's, I think we've talked about, I talked it to death in a lot of our videos. So every vehicle that's 11 years old has problems, and this one is no exception.
Yep.
So
next Monday, live from Utah, where? Let's see, what day will next Monday be? I don't know.
Approximately
16th. Yeah, so we'll be probably
somewhere...
Moab.
Oh gosh, I don't know. What's
Moab area? We have to be in Salt Lake on the 18th, which is Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
What?
He doesn't believe me. Next Wednesday we need to be in Moab.
Gosh.
So we're not going to have a ton of time. I guess I just realized that. Yeah.
Wow.
We're not going to have a ton of time in southern Utah, but
we need to leave soon.
Well, we still have another day to ski at Mammoth. I'm not leaving Mammoth early.
No. Okay, let's go skiing.
Crazy.
Let's go skiing right now.
Let's go skiing right now. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, guys. You're coming with us. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, put it down. Put it back. Okay.
Right.
Thomas looked at a 2007 long wheelbase Sprinter for $6,000.
Wow, what a deal!
Wow, how many miles did that have on it? That is.
Because I think they're less expensive in Europe too, right? Maybe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
because they're kind of from there. Oh yeah, I don't know. That's just a generalization. That's not really based on anything. So, yeah, Made in US is saying that we should do a live.
35,000 miles. That's
miles or kilometers.
Wow,
you converted for us. That was so sweet of you.
Was very sweet.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That doesn't.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, let's just.
Ours was
probably
12,400, and I'm assuming that 6,000. That was an assumption, but was that 6,000 US?
It would have been 8,000, just based on his euro to dollar math right here.
Yeah. Euro, pounds?
Pounds? Pounds? Euros?
Ireland. Depends on which part of Ireland.
Oh, that's true. Right? I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, he said yes, I converted. Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you very much.
Love when people do that.
Yeah, so 6,000 euro, okay. $6,000 US. Ours was 12,400 US is what we paid for ours.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal.
And we had 196,000 miles on it when we bought it. So that sounds like a really good deal.
Was it a Sprinter or a Crafter? Because they're the same thing, right?
I don't know.
I'm sure he'll tell us.
Let's see. You should do a live chat while driving. We actually did that one time on Instagram, and it didn't go over very well because Nate couldn't participate. So it was like just me talking to the screen.
Yeah, it was a Stephanie show. Which that's not that bad. Like that's kind of fun.
kind of was bad. Like maybe not for you, but I was like talking to myself.
It's also kind of like we could. I think that would be kind of fun, like on a super long road trip, honestly. Like, but I think we'd have to get lav mics because when we're driving, it's kind of it's not like loud. Like we can talk to each other like a normal operating voice, but like whenever we try to like video anything, like on the vlogs, we've had to like stop videoing like when we're traveling 70 miles an hour because it's just too loud over the microphone. The microphone picks up way too much road noise. Yeah. So
the microphone picks up too much.
Yeah, there's some technical things we would have to work through. But yeah, definitely a good idea and sounds like a good time. Maybe we could like test that out when we head back through Kansas. Because there's from Colorado.
Do we have to go back through Kansas?
Well, I guess we don't have to. Okay. From Denver to Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, we'll probably have to go through Kansas.
Likely. That takes a 1-day trip and makes it a 2-day trip.
Yeah, I know. Is the Mercedes-Benz the widest of the cargo van types? The Promaster looks thinner. To be completely honest, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know the Promaster is more square on the inside than the Sprinter, and that's one of the, I guess, bigger benefits of it, is it's easier to work with as far as like a build out goes. But I have no idea in terms of like exterior width.
Yeah, I think the Promasters are a little wider at the very, very top. It's more boxy because that's why Stephen and Molly got theirs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was a big part of it. Maybe I'm making that up.
Yeah. Yes, Dodge Freightliner. Sorry, Tammy. Yes, the Dodge Freightliner and Mercedes are all Sprinters, and they're all made by Mercedes. They were just badged in the U.S. as Dodge and Freightliner. But yeah, you're exactly correct on that. So
they were trying to get around import taxes, basically. So it was made as a Mercedes, and then like partially disassembled to ship across, and then reassembled. Yeah, so they're all the same. They're all the same thing.
Yeah. Bradley says, "I'm sorry you're having to go through Kansas."
Us too.
I'm sorry too. I really hate that Denver and Oklahoma City are separated essentially by Kansas.
It's kind of weird, like to go from Denver to my mom's house where we have some stuff stored and where we're going to be helping her with solar and stuff and just catching up with family. Let's see, you go straight out of Denver to Salina, you have a right turn, and then you have a left turn into her housing addition. Like, so it literally takes 2 turns to get from Denver to my mom's house, basically.
Well, there's another right turn. You have to get off of I-35.
Oh, and then into her. So there's actually like 4 turns.
So there's 4 turns.
There's
total.
4 turns to get from. There's 4 turns to get from Denver to my mom's house. So
yeah, you have the same drive to Illinois. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a rough drive. It's really not fun. Oh, Ryan, thank you. I like the braids too. It keeps my hair back out of my face when I'm skiing. So I've been on a French braiding kick recently. Okay, Tammy answered the question of the width of the Promaster versus the Sprinter. So she said the ProMasters are about 7 feet across, and the ProMaster. Oh wait.
What was that, including windows or something?
Wait, no. So the ProMasters are 7 feet across, 8 feet 1 inch, including side mirrors.
I don't know. We'd have to measure.
Yeah, I'd have to measure.
I know I've seen that measurement on Google Images, just searching for like Sprinter measurements.
Yeah, I feel like the Sprinter is wider than that though.
I don't know.
So we'll go with that for now.
Yeah. Yeah, Bradley's saying it's you had to drive the I had to drive the same drive to Illinois. Yeah, same thing, right? It's awful. So Boog was asking if we use snow chains on our van. So we obviously we've spent a lot of time in the winter and snow this last year, and we never did put our chains on. But if you didn't catch our video from last Wednesday, we had a video talking about chains and off-road driving and snow and other equipment that we carry, and everybody thought it was pretty good, so maybe check that one out if you haven't checked it out just yet. So I think that would be a huge help to you. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Oh, nice. Yeah, Thomas, we didn't do a SketchUp of our van before we started because we really didn't know what it was going to look like. Like I see like a lot of these like really cool SketchUp designs, like some of these Facebook groups and stuff like that, where everybody's got everything planned out to a T, but we built everything like kind of like step by step. We're like, okay, we're going to do insulation. This is how we're going to do insulation. We put it together. All right, now we're going to do it walls. Put the walls in. All right, walls are in.
That's not entirely true. I actually attempted to do a SketchUp, but I really, really suck at graphic design, and didn't work.
Well,
let's just leave it at it didn't work.
And honestly, like I didn't know you did that. That's pretty funny.
That's because I didn't show it to you.
I didn't know you did that. I messed with SketchUp back in college, and it was kind of tough, and like it was too time consuming. I'd rather just build it, like for real.
That was kind of my thought. I was like, I could probably draw this faster, and then I realized I also can't draw.
Yeah, like because I started doing that, and I got hung up on like trying to find like the SketchUp like van templates, and I was like, no, just like metaphorically crumpling up the paper and throwing it in the trash can. It's just like, all right, where's my saw and my wood? Let's get rolling on this.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
There's comments coming in so fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tammy. Okay, I thought I recognized your name. Thank you for putting that 2 and 2 together for me. You're in Stokeology. Let's see. How's the solar setup doing? Solar setup is doing fantastic. We have had no issues keeping our batteries topped up all the time, no matter how long we've gone without being...
Even in the winter.
Yeah, even in the winter. Without being plugged in. Let's see, we have been plugged in quite a lot in the winter, though. Not out of necessity. Mm-hmm. Not out of necessity for electricity. Out of necessity because no campgrounds are open in the winter. And so in order to travel and like BLM land and National Forest land is closed in the winter, snow covered, that doesn't get plowed. So we've been in RV parks a lot just out of necessity. But even if we had not been in RV parks, the solar would have kept us completely fine.
Yep. Yeah, we'd have been. Yeah, because that was the thing. Like, we were really just plugging in because they had it. Yeah.
It was like, if we're paying for it, we might as well use it.
Yeah, if you got it. Well,
we did buy an electric space heater for that reason.
Yeah, so we didn't have to, like, because if we're paying for electric, we're going to run the space heater so that we're not having to burn diesel to run the heater.
The diesel heater.
The diesel heater. So it was kind of, we could use the Instant Pot, like, for everything and more. Like, I don't know. We were just trying to, like, utilize, if we had to pay for a campground that had power, we were trying to use as much of their power as we could, basically. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, solar is doing fantastic, and we are actually going to be doing okay, so all you guys who are on here are obviously, I've said it a time or two, kind of our VIP crew, so we get to let you guys in on some of the stuff that's going to be happening that nobody else knows. So we're going to actually be getting some lithium batteries to do a tutorial on like how to switch from AGM batteries to lithium and like the considerations and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be coming out in
Don't know how long.
a month or 2 months maybe. It'll be a little while, but it's going to happen. But aside from that, like our AGM batteries are doing just fine, but we're definitely excited to get some lithium batteries, have a little bit more usable, have half as much weight, all the stuff that if you've ever looked into batteries, you know,
being able to discharge them.
Yeah, you
fully.
know the advantages.
Yeah.
So.
Our solar system, Thomas, it does not have a tilt system. Our solar does not tilt. And that's kind of a pain point for Nate because, well, for both of us.
Can I rant? Hey, wait, stand by. Camping Boy made it before we're finished.
What? High five, Camping Boy. Yes, that is awesome. That was an awkward, like, I'm going to air high five.
Air high five. It's funny. He showed up. Camping Boy showed up like the last 4 live chats, like within the last, like, what, 2 minutes of the live chat. So I think he was beginning to think we didn't like him or something. Like, oh, hey, Camping Boy's gone here. Like, let's leave. let's peace out of here.
Good night, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Back to
Thomas's question about the solar tilt. It does not tilt, and that is due to a failure in our roof rack system. So when we designed our roof rack, roof racks
Steph rant.
Roof racks. Our roof racks are custom made by Luminous. Bumpers as well, bumpers and boxes. And I'll preface this with, they are holding up great. They work great. They look great. They're solid. All of them. Love the bumpers. Have no complaints about the bumpers. But the roof racks. And the problem with the roof racks was they mounted the L bracket. We had them add an L bracket to the top of it so that we could specifically mount
angle iron.
I'm sorry, you're right. It was just a piece of aluminum angle to the top so that we could mount our solar panels to that angle.
And hinges specifically.
And hinges, yes. And let's just say their customer service isn't top notch, and they did not listen to me whatsoever. They spent more time arguing with me about what I wanted than listening to me about what I wanted. So they mounted it upside down. I don't know where they were trying to mount this, why they were trying to mount the angle the way they did it, but they did it. They mounted it upside down. It was not flush with the top of the roof rack, and so we had to make do. We ended up having to make fabricate some risers on the brackets to even mount the solar panels at all. Yeah. And that prevented us from mounting hinges.
Because it was going to be a thing.
They don't.
It was going to be so awesome.
It was going to be so rad.
Because what it was going to be, and like, I know I made a video about 4 months ago or something. It was like in the fall, talking about this, like ranting about this particular thing. And everybody's like, it's okay, Nate. Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, we
paid $3,000 for that. Yeah, it's a big deal.
You've still got all this solar. You're still going to be able to... It's like, no, man. Like, I wanted to be able to roll up to a campsite, hit a switch on the dash, and pneumatically... Somehow... Hydraulically. No. Whatever. Anyway, have a motorized system to where our panels go from this and 825 watts of solar go up on a tilt. How cool would that be? That would have been freaking awesome.
Freaking rad.
Which is
by the way, not even really side rant, but the same guy, the same customer service agent, also told me that it was impossible to fit 5 solar panels on top of a Sprinter. Yeah, we've got room for 6, buddy.
Yeah, we've got 5, and we could fit 6. So, anyway.
Never tell me I can't do anything. I will do it just to spite you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're totally ranting. We're on a roll right now. Let's talk about this. So, the thing with the angle iron, how you're saying it's mounted upside down. It's mounted, the way it's mounted right now, the way they mounted it for us is the way that they mount it for most people. And the reason is because the measurement between the rails is the same measurement that it would be for the 100-watt solar panels. we've got 165 watt solar panels, so they hang over the sides. We knew that was going to be the case. We knew they were going to hang over the sides of the roof rack just a few. I don't want to look. I'm on a roll. I knew the solar panels were going to hang over just a few inches on each side of it, but I knew it was like, we can get an extra, 65 watts out of having these hang over the sides just a little bit. So we need it flat, so we can have the hinge, so it can, tilt up. We can have the dampers on this side, like all this kind of stuff, and whatever the case was. And so I know the thing is like, they're like, well, most people put the 100 watts in there. Somebody said that on that last video, and I still remember it. They're like, well, most people put the 100 watt panels on their roof. And I have a secret for you guys. We're not normal. We're not most people. So we wanted to have a lot of solar be able to like tilt up. So
yes. Yeah. And I will also, I made it very clear to this guy, I wanted it flush with the top of the roof rack so that they could hang over the other sides. And I specifically told him, we are not most people. Do it how I want it done because I'm paying you to do it that way. And we'll deal with the consequences if it doesn't work. Didn't listen.
Yeah. Anyway, give us a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy our rants. How about
Hold my beer.
Thumbs up for rants. Where's my megaphone? I'm going to stand on the roof
I don't know
rack.
if I can handle more rants. That gets my blood, every time I think about it, it gets my blood pressure, rising.
Okay.
Is 825 watts overkill?
Everything we do is overkill.
It's not overkill.
Everything we do is overkill. My dad used to tell me if something is worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So, but no.
And that is a quote we live by.
We live by, yeah, exactly.
If it is worth doing, it is worth overdoing. Did we need to spend $40,000 building out a Sprinter? Nope. But that's what we wanted to do.
That's what Mom just said.
Anything worth there, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we, let's see, where is it going with that?
I'm not sure. Is 825 watts overkill?
Yeah. Yeah, but no, it's not overkill. We make our money on the road via computers. All of the, this whole channel is, built around having solar power, essentially, because we, the funding that you do through your consulting and through the video editing, my laptop is a freaking power hog because it's, it's high powered, got GPU in it, all that kind of stuff. And so it soaks up lots of power. If we don't have power, we can't make money. If we don't have money, YouTube stories and videos and stuff don't happen. So.
Oh, James Norris has
basically
1,600 watts.
What?
Wow.
On a van?
Fantastic. 800 watts. He said 800 on the roof and another 800 on the ground. Flex panels on the roof.
Oh, I see.
That is
nice.
Fantastic. What do you power? I'm curious. Can you
you
power an air conditioner?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
That's my number one question.
And
Can you power an air conditioner? Do you have an induction stove?
How many
Is that
batteries?
correct?
Induction cooked up, yeah.
Okay.
How many batteries? What's your battery capacity?
Yeah. Pet Cat Rio, what size is... I'm assuming you're asking us. What size is your inverter? We have a 2,000 watt pure sine inverter. AC, James said AC yes, induction yes.
What kind of AC is it? Is it like a rooftop AC or like portable AC? Because that's something.
And how long do you typically stay in a spot? Because for us, our limiting factor is water and food. We typically run out of water and food every 3 or 4 days. Yeah. 5 days, I think we could stretch it to 5.
We could stretch it if we're headed across the Yukon Territory. We could stretch it. Do we tell this story?
If we were heading across the Yukon Territory again, I would be strapping jerry cans of water and
yeah, for
food.
Sure.
I would convert half of our under our bed storage to food storage because we've gotten stranded with no food in the Yukon Territory before.
We're at 40. Okay, we're back. Yeah. So anyway, Yeah, so if we were, what were we talking about?
Oh, hold on. I'm going back to James. James has the Climax V12 as the AC. It's portable with hoses run through the floor. Okay.
Okay, cool. Cool, literally. Ha.
Cool. Yeah. So another question. I'm sorry. I'm going to just turn this into a Q&A for you at this point. Do you use it like multiple days in a row typically, or do you typically just use it like for a few hours during the day to cool it off and then then run like fans at night, or how do you run it for a long time?
Cool. So while he's answering that question, let's talk about the Yukon territory.
Let's do that.
Can we tell that story? Okay,
Yeah.
so you were talking about like, how often we have to get food and water and all that kind of stuff. So when we were in the RV last year, and if any of you guys, so I'm gonna back up just.
Sorry, Black Wolf is asking if this is really live. Yes, we're really live. Hi.
Hi, friends. If this was not live, we would have much better video quality right now. So we'd record it on the Sony, and then yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
So
back to the Yukon territory.
Okay, so this was in a time that we were not doing YouTube. So if you've been watching the entire hour that we've been on, we just crossed the 20,000 subscriber mark, which is awesome. Thanks to you guys who didn't catch the first cheers and are now here. Pyrus is scratching, stand by. Okay.
Pyrus is stretching.
Pyrus bed.
Oh, let her stretch. She's fine.
Okay, and anyway, yeah, so that was whenever we drove to Alaska in our RV, that was the time we weren't making YouTube videos because we're kind of discouraged, like nobody was watching our stuff. So anyway, I was just saying that to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed and all that kind of stuff, who didn't catch the first thank you whenever we started up this live chat. Anyway, Alaska, headed to Alaska. We were driving across the Yukon territory, and we had gotten enough food to get us from Montana to Whitehorse, right? Whitehorse?
No.
That doesn't sound right.
No.
Into the Yukon territory.
No, it wasn't all the way to Whitehorse though.
Well, basically.
Okay, yeah, we'll say Whitehorse.
For the sake of the story, it was Whitehorse. Basically, that was where, like, maybe there was another food stop in between there, but basically Montana to Whitehorse. And so we got to Whitehorse. We got there, and we had heard that the Walmart parking lot was good for like an overnight camp spot. Mm-hmm. And so we were going to stop there and get more food and then head on down the road. Pyrus, stop. And then we were going to head on down the road after that. We got there, and it was a shit show. Like, it was like, there were RVs, and like people had like yard ornaments and like flamingos, like, like the plastic like yard ornament flamingos like out in the front of their thing. And it was just like, it was a madhouse. And it was just like, we went into the Walmart and there was no food there. It was like all bought off the shelves, and it was just a bad deal all the way around.
And it wasn't a super center either. It was a regular
strange,
Walmart,
right?
which I haven't seen one of those in years.
I didn't know those things were around. And so anyway, so we honestly kind of got a little bit stressed out, and we're like, screw this place. We are... Okay, anyway, we're back. So we got fed up with this particular area, and we're like, screw this. We're going on down the road. But we didn't get food. And so...
we got food. We got hot dogs.
Oh, we got hot dogs, because that's all they had. That's right.
And bread. They didn't have buns, so we bought just regular white bread.
We got regular white bread, some hot dogs, and that's all they had. And so we're like, we'll just catch another town or something like this. If you've never been to the Yukon territory, there's not a whole lot of towns up there.
It's not another town.
No, there's not another town.
We looked at the map, and we were like, okay, Destruction Bay, and...
Wait, you can't say it like that.
What do you mean?
Okay, there's another town that's north of Whitehorse. The Lewis is called Destruction Bay. Okay, now you can go.
Okay. Anyway, so it was in... This is how we were judging how big towns were. It was in bold font on the map, and we were literally using an atlas at this point, not Google Maps or anything. And so we were like, okay, that's got to be a decently sized town, like at least have a grocery store or a convenience store, something
Yeah,
that we can get
grocery
food.
store, surely, right?
And so we drove to Destruction Bay. There was
Bay.
There was also an RV park in Destruction Bay. So we were like, fantastic. This was before we had an unlimited 4G plan, unlimited data plan. So we were like, fantastic. We'll stop at the RV park. We'll grab some Wi-Fi for a day and catch up on emails, that kind of thing. And restock on food. We get to Destruction Bay. There is one other RV in the RV park.
Was there? I don't even think there was one.
I'm pretty sure it had been there for at least 10 years. That should have been our first clue. But it wasn't. We were like, okay, well, it's midweek. Maybe there's just nobody passing through here. Or maybe other people had done their research. So we pull in, we pay for the night, and hop on to the Wi-Fi. Doesn't work. 99% of RV park Wi-Fi does not work. But with this one, we were like, we are literally the only people here. Why does it not work? This is ridiculous. So we hop in the car. This was back when we had the motorhome. And so we were pulling the tow car, our Fiat. And we hop in the car and go to try to find a grocery store. This town is clearly not that big. So we were like, we'll just drive around until we find a grocery store. We go over to the convenience store, the gas station, and we ask where the closest grocery store is. And they're like, this is it. This is it. This is the grocery store. This is not a grocery store. This is a gas station.
This is a gas station with a restaurant attached.
A
surprisingly nice looking restaurant.
But way overpriced.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is because they didn't have a grocery store in town. So where else are you going to get your food?
It was a grocery store, and the fact that they did have some food, but it was like they had a meat locker in the back. You could buy some food, but it was like a pound of ground beef was like $18 or something like that.
I think it was more than that. It was ridiculous.
I was trying not to over exaggerate, but it was
the mustard. Lot. I remember we bought mustard because we had bought hot dogs. Remember we had bought hot dogs back in Whitehorse, so we had hot dogs, and I wanted to buy some mustard so that we could at least have something on our hot dogs with white bread. But the mustard was $8, and I for one of the small things of it, and just out of principle, I was like, absolutely not. I am not spending $8. I am not perpetuating this. This goes against everything that I stand for, and I am not going to do it. I would rather eat hot dogs with nothing on it. So we went back to the RV, and Nate...
Yeah, so we're scrounging through the pantry, all right, what do we have? We have hot dogs, and that's all that's in the refrigerator. And now we have in the dry pantry, we've got some rice. Oh, hey, some soy sauce. Looks like we're having hot dog stir fry. And so we had...
That's what we had.
Hot dog and white rice stir fry, and that was about the best we could come up with. And honestly, it was pretty good.
Yeah, when you were that starving and that desperate for food. Yeah. Yeah, because I wasn't going to go to the restaurant and spend $20 on a hamburger either. There was just nothing about that place that said you should just spend the money.
Yeah.
It was absolutely not gonna do it.
Yeah, so we know this now.
Yes.
These are lessons for next time we go to Alaska.
Vienna sausages.
Yeah, I don't know what a Vienna sausage would cost at that particular place. I bet it was probably $16 a can or something like that, I bet.
It was ridiculous. Yes. Almost as bad, or maybe, actually no, it was worse than, so once we got to Alaska, Denali, just right outside of Denali, there's a little tiny tourist trap town kind of thing.
Is Mom still on here?
I don't know.
I think she is. She coming at 8. Oh yeah, she's still on here.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, so right outside of Denali, the groceries weren't too terribly bad, and we had stocked up on most of our groceries in Fairbanks, so we didn't need groceries. We kind of knew that there was nothing in Denali, but we needed a couple of things that go bad quickly, or things that we need to
Just
buy more.
forgot.
Yeah,
Whatever.
buy more often. Like milk. Nate drinks a lot of milk. And so we went to buy a half gallon of milk.
We went to buy a gallon of milk.
Yeah. A half gallon of milk was $7. And we're like, no. Again, no.
For a tantrum. I threw a little bit of a tantrum, maybe.
Yes, it was definitely a tantrum. By that point, Nate's mom was with us in the RV, and she bought the $7 milk, and we will not let her live this down till the day that she dies, because she should not have spent $7 and perpetuated that problem.
The tourist trap. That's fine.
Anyway, so Terry, if you're still on, you're not gonna live that one down.
I forgot it. But honestly, like, we have like 41 people now. Like, I want to know.
We're losing people with our rants.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, the people who are sticking around for our rants are seeing the real us. But like, honestly, like, in the comments, like, I want to know, like, let us know. Have you like bought some, like, in a tourist trap kind of situation where you're okay, so I want to know in the comments, like, let me know in the comments if you have bought something that was basically a tourist trap kind of thing. Like the $8 mustard or the $7 for half gallon of milk. Like, I don't know. I just want to laugh at other people for doing that kind of stuff.
No, we've done it too.
No,
like,
we've totally done it. Like,
sometimes you just get into that, like, or you get into a pinch and you have no other options. We almost got into this when we were in Lake Louise, actually, just a few weeks ago. We had come from Banff, and Banff was a great little town and had a whole bunch of restaurants and bars and things like that. And so there was a lot to do. There was a lot to choose from. And when we went to Lake Louise, we assumed it was going to be kind of similar in that feel, that there would be some restaurants and things. And one night, occasionally you just don't feel like cooking. You just want to, you're going out and you're doing stuff anyway. So you're just planning on eating out. And that's what we had planned on doing that night. We were already out. We had hiked across Lake Louise. We got back and we were starving. And so we were like, you know what? I don't want to cook tonight. Let's go out and grab a burger or something. And there were no restaurants in Lake Louise that were reasonably priced with good reviews. Mm. Well, there were none that were reasonably priced. And there were really none with good reviews either. So it was really a lose-lose. It was like $20 for a burger with like 3-star reviews. So
a 3-star burger.
A 3-star burger. Not going to pay $20 for a 3-star burger. So, yeah. You get into stuff like that. So if we hadn't had food in the van, which is what we finally did, was decided just suck it up and go back and cook, we would have ended up paying $20 for a burger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, thanks so much, Bradley Wilkerson. You're so awesome, and that would absolutely buy a small thing of mustard in the Yukon Territory.
That would. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We really, really do appreciate it.
Okay. Rick Wise said $15 for 2 scoops of gelato in Florence.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Is that 15 US? Because if that's 15 euros, then that's even worse.
Is that Florence, Italy?
Yes. Well, I assume it's Florence, Italy. Is there like a Florence, Texas that we don't know about?
I'm sure there is, yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there is a Florence, Texas. Anyway, James said, one time I bought a little thing of aspirins in Disney for $9. Man, but that's one of those that if you had a headache at Disneyland.
Oh, that's true.
Or Disney World.
Yeah.
Absolutely $9 would be totally worth it at that point. I would have paid I can't imagine getting a headache and being in pain in Disney World. I would pay just about anything for aspirin, which is probably what they're banking on.
Wait, Tom Misch, I'm probably saying that wrong, but Tom says $7 for a pack of hot dogs when we thought we'd catch fish. That poor guppy. That's so funny. Because not only did you spend $7 on a pack of hot dogs, you also had to, you were having to buy this $7 pack of hot dogs because you couldn't catch any fish. Hey, one time in Colorado, when we were living in Colorado, we went camping and we're there's this stream where there's definitely going to be some trout in this thing, and so we're not going to bring any food. That was not a good idea. Because neither one of us are fishermen, honestly. But we're like, it's like all kinds of fish. Like, we're good to go. And so we got our line, our lure, the soft bait, like live, as, can't remember, dough bait. It's called dough bait for catfish. I don't remember, whatever it's called for trout. But anyway, we caught some fish, and we did catch fish. We caught like 9 fish, which isn't exactly, that's kind of breaking some fish and game rules. But we caught 9 fish, but they were all like this big, and I'm not like they're like this big. No, they're like smaller than your phone, like is what. They're probably about the width of your phone. And then so we had to eat like these 9 fish on like that we were getting like little like 1/4 ounce fillets off of. So anyway, I don't know. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Thomas said he paid 100 francs for a cooked chicken in Paris in 1993 on his honeymoon for a romantic picnic. That's $20. That's sweet though. Like for a picnic, was it worth it? Because that sounds like it would be really romantic, really sweet.
Yeah.
For a picnic, but also $20 for a cooked chicken.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Yeah. Pet Cat Rio. She says she remembers a place outside of Death Valley, Nevada, population 4, gas pumps maxed. Room's ridiculous. So I think I know what you're talking about. I think we drove through there, and it was like, diesel was like $6.50 a gallon.
Yes.
Remember that?
It's that place where your aunt used to live. Dolores used to live there. Anyway, sected $35 for Subway at the roller coaster park, Cedar Point. Wow, $35
for Subway. Holy cow!
$9 for a half gallon of milk in Hawaii on Oahu. Is that like normal, James? Is that normal price all the time, or is that like just a specific spot, like a specific touristy spot, or is that like normal Hawaii prices for a half gallon of milk?
Yeah, right. That's
$9. That's worse than
probably not a whole lot of dairy cows on Hawaii, I guess. Hey Shane, what's going on? Thanks for joining up, and thanks for the congrats on 20 grand. We really do appreciate it, and you leaving a comment on every single video that we put out. You're awesome. Let's see. After we filleted a guppy. Yeah, I think that's what I was just talking about.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's normal price all the time where locals buy groceries.
Oh. Yeah. I think it's just like
Good thing I'm allergic to dairy.
Yeah. I bet pineapples and coconuts and bananas are probably.
I bet coconut milk is cheaper.
Is that true? Is coconut milk cheaper on Hawaii than normal? Because here, anywhere in the contiguous, it's coconut milk's
like
more.
$4 for a half gallon.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
Yeah, it's be $8 a gallon. So.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I drink. So.
That's funny. That was a good question. Rick says he's price intolerant.
Yep.
That's funny.
Oh, are there any others? Because these are actually quite funny.
Yeah, these are great.
Shane says, I feel like I pay too much every day in Connecticut. That's like going to the grocery store in San Diego. It always shocks me. I mean, I've been going. My grandma lives in San Diego.
You think it's expensive there?
Yeah. So, certain things. I mean, so I've been going there for my entire life, and you would think that I would recognize now what things are cheaper, which things are more expensive. But there's certain things that I look at and I'm like, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying. I can't even think of an example off the top of my head. But there are certain things in California that are just like so stupidly expensive.
Well, it's like whenever we were in Alberta, like beef was like a fairly normal price, what we're used to, and chicken was like 5 times as much as what we're used to. It was like for like a 5-pound little case of it was like $30-something. Beef, which was that's a lot. And beef was like whatever $4.50 a pound. So like fairly like ground beef was like $4.50 a pound. So pretty straightforward on that.
Yeah. Fuel in California is expensive. We just fueled up yesterday.
Oh yeah,
and it
paid
was like
$4 a gallon for that.
It was like $4.15 a gallon.
Yeah, it's crazy.
For diesel here. We've been paying under $3.
It was not like that last time we drove through California. That's for sure.
Yep. No fun.
No fun at all. But anyway, I think we've been on for like an hour 15. It seems like comments are kind of dying down. We're going to call it quits for the night. So for you 39 people who are sticking around for the very, very end of it, be sure to give us a thumbs up on this particular video. It would really, really greatly help us out, and we appreciate it. And if you didn't catch the very first of the video, we did hit 20,000 subscribers, which is absolutely fantastic, and we have all of you guys to thank for that, and it really, really, truly, honestly does motivate us whenever we post a video and we wake up to see some great comments, like thinking that we taught you guys something, or we were able to inspire you to do something new, or anything like that. So we truly, 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 from the bottoms of our hearts, thank you for that. So yeah, anyway, you guys have a great night, and we're going to have a new video out to you on Wednesday morning, bright and early, at least in the US. It's going to be about how we get internet, basically anywhere we are and that's next video up. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.